Alright, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hello, y'all. I'm Donald F. West, talking to you from my TV room in a house in Oklahoma City.
And today is
Friday, the 24th day of September, 2015.
Alright. So basically, I wanted you to let's see, say hello to James Jr. in Pelton in the Philippines.
Okay.
And then maybe talk a little bit about your life, what you did.
Okay.
So,
Well, hello, Pelton. And hello, James Jr.
and soon to be another grandson.
And soon to be another grandson, right. And let's see. Now I gotta stop and think.
That's okay. Okay, what was the proudest thing you felt you did in the Navy, for example?
I qualified as an officer of the deck underway.
Was that on the which ship?
On the Tutuila.
And
We were sailing from Japan back down to the Philippines, back down to Vietnam.
okay.
And then we went up the river. Of course, I wasn't the officer of the day then. I was only underway. When we were underway, then I could be the when it was my turn, I would be the I forget what it's called now.
Well, sort of the captain, but not the captain.
Right.
Was now were the various shifts like daytime, nighttime, just depended on when it came up, or
No, I mean,
when you were up on the deck in charge?
oh, it was during the day. During the day.
Well, where was the captain at?
He was probably up in his room reading a book or something. Yeah. And well, let's see. Yeah, it was. We had one. I guess we had one message at night because we spotted a ship, and so I had the people, figure out who it was. So they radioed them or flashed them or something, and the response came back. We're a tug headed from Texas to T. They had a tug with a boat in tow.
Huh.
That was, and then of course I tell the captain things like that. Hey Captain, we've had a report from a foreign ship. They have a ship in tow, and they're going back to wherever it was.
Huh.
But I would say qualifying as an officer of the deck underway was
a highlight.
noteworthy. Yeah.
Was a highlight. Let's see. What ship did you enjoy the most?
The ship I enjoyed the most was the USS Andromeda.
And why was this?
It was the Andromeda was named after the constellation Andromeda, and we were on a cruise, a mission to take distant early warning machine parts up to the north side of Alaska. And we ran into ice. We got trapped in ice. We broke our rudder twice, and eventually they put the crew on different ships. They minimized the crew, so if push comes to shove and they needed to use a helicopter or something to get us off our ship,
You wouldn't have to make a million trips.
we would make, it wouldn't have to make a million trips. So that was one of the highlights.
Oh, go ahead.
And we ate very good while that was going on, because the officers weren't there to eat their meals.
So it was just enlisted. Maybe one officer left
Yeah,
on?
right. It was just one enlisted man, or one officer left on board.
Was there an icebreaker that broke you free, or how did you guys get out of the... Ultimately, how did you get out of there?
I think they probably towed us out of there, but I can't recall.
And how long was that adventure?
Oh, it was only a 2 or 3 day adventure. Nothing spectacular, but it made the trip more interesting than otherwise.
This is the hooligan Navy that I read about.
Oh.
You said something about the hooligan Navy when you reported to the Andromeda.
Yeah.
Your boss had said something about, well, welcome to the hooligan Navy.
I think that was the chief petty officer of the division.
So, going back, you joined the Navy in 1953, right?
53?
53, September of 53.
Okay.
And you went to boot camp
In San Diego.
at NTC.
Right.
When you finished there, then where did you go?
I went back to Norfolk, Virginia to the pipe fitter school.
And about how long was that?
About 3 months, I think.
3 months. And then from there you went to...
I went to the USS Albany, a heavy cruiser. And
And where was that stationed?
it was home ported in Norfolk.
Oh, okay.
And they had just got back from the Mediterranean, so they wouldn't be going there for a while now. And I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to see the world.
That was the reason you joined the Navy, correct?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that the Albany would have people wanting to hang around there. So I worked out a swap between me and someone on the well, let's see, I was on the Albany. Oh, on the Missouri, on the battleship Missouri.
Oh, okay.
It was slated to go around through the Panama Canal and up the west coast and to Bremerton, Washington, to go out of commission. And so it didn't allow me to see much of the world, but at least I wasn't stuck in Norfolk.
So somebody who wanted to stay in Norfolk, you were able to switch with them
Right,
and take his place.
right, and he took my place on
And you were on the Missouri for... So how long were you on the Albany then? Doesn't sound like you were on it very long.
Let's see how long here. Albany, May 5th of 1954 to August 13th, 1954.
Okay, so... And that was your first ship.
Yes.
All right, so then...
And then I went from there to the Missouri, and I was on it from August of 54 to December of 54.
Okay. How long did it take to transit from Virginia all the way around to Bremerton? Obviously there were stops along the way.
Only in the Panama Canal.
You didn't stop anywhere along the way?
Well, yeah, in the Panama Canal, Panama, and then when we went up the west coast, we stopped in the Los Angeles area.
Oh.
And then San Francisco, and then Bremerton.
Why not San... Okay, I realize you were probably what? E3?
E3.
Okay, so you weren't in charge of the ship, but
No.
you still should have stopped in San Diego anyway. It's only right.
Oh.
So when you went through the Panama Canal, how much space was there between the actual canal and the
Only a couple of feet.
edges of the ship?
Only about 2 feet.
Do you remember? Do you recall the width? The beam, I guess, is the beam.
Yes, the beam, but I don't know what the beam on the Missouri is offhand.